Tony, right, could you consolidate maybe all the best practices into just three things that leaders need to do to sustain high performance?
Eat, sleep, and move. It's something we
Yeah.
continually talking about. It's those foundational pieces that seem so easy that everyone thinks they're doing, but as soon as they put on a wearable, they learn very quickly that they're not getting enough sleep. When they do a quick diet audit, so just seeing what have eaten in the last 24 hours, they see they're not fueling their body for performance. And when they do a week long, how long have they actually been moving? Guess what? They haven't been doing enough. They say, oh, but I do my Peloton workout in the morning when I'm at the hotel, or I'm going for walks during meetings. Well, how many steps are you actually taking? You don't need to hit that magical 10K. What's been shown is anywhere between 5 to 7,000 a day will help reduce mortality. So that's one thing I want senior leaders to know, right? We want to reduce that risk of death if we can as possible, doing the strength training. So that's a movement piece. The sleep, they got to be getting at least 8 hours a night of good quality sleep. We sleep in this and we live in this world with all these technologies, with phones, with iPads. We're getting calls and meetings and emails being sent at all hours of the night. We need to put boundaries on those things with our senior leaders and have a sleep routine. When we were kids, our parents gave us a sleep routine. For some reason, as we grew up, we no longer did. So having a sleep routine will help us do it whether we're traveling, we're at home, whatever that may look like. And keeping a nice dark room, keeping it cool, those very simple things. And finally, eating. If we're not getting enough protein, if we're not getting enough fiber, if we're not getting enough water, if we're not getting enough fats, all these things that we need for our body to function at its best, which most people don't, most senior leaders don't get because of the amount of travel, the amount of stress that they have. They may not have time, so they go into fasting when they really don't do it on purpose. It just happens because they forget to get breakfast and they don't want to eat anything. Then they wait till lunch and they have that salad with chicken breast and they have that espresso to give them that energy. Then they go for the cookie or the brownie. Then they go to that client meeting that night and they just aren't eating the way they need to live their best life and perform at their best. So hitting that eat, sleep, move is exactly the biggest pain point that I've seen these senior leaders I've worked with miss out on. And those are things they need to work on to get that foundational piece up and going.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's a lot of value in the data to inform actually how are we really doing in these things and where do we want to be.
What gets measured gets moved.